Did you know that the average American experiences 8 hours of power outages each year? And that's not counting major disasters. Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm sharing something that could literally save your life. Picture this. It's storming outside. The lights flicker once, twice, then everything goes dark. Your fridge stops humming. Your phone's at 20%, and you have no idea when power will come back. Are you prepared? Most people aren't. But after watching this video, you will be. I've done the research and found 11 affordable foods from Walmart that last incredibly long without refrigeration. These aren't just survival foods. They're actually things you'll want to eat. If you've ever worried about being caught unprepared during a blackout, this video is for you. Make sure to watch until the end because item #7 is something almost everyone forgets, and it could make a huge difference. Let's dive in and blackout-proof your pantry with these Walmart finds that won't break the bank. Number 1. Canned tuna salmon. Let's talk about one of the most underrated blackout lifesavers sitting quietly on Walmart's shelves, canned tuna and salmon. Now, don't roll your eyes. This isn't your grandma's emergency stash. These little tins of protein are actually powerhouses when it comes to surviving without a fridge, a microwave, or even a stove. First off, let's talk shelf life. A sealed can of tuna or salmon can last between 3 to 5 years, and often longer if stored properly. That's not just convenient, it's peace of mind. No refrigeration, no special storage tricks, just toss them in a bin or cabinet, and you've got protein on standby for the next power outage, storm, or supply chain hiccup. Just make sure you avoid dented or rusted cans. That's the one thing that could shorten their life. Now, nutritionally, these aren't just filler foods. A single 3-ounce can of tuna packs around 22 grams of protein. That's enough to help maintain your muscle mass and energy when you might be relying on minimal meals. Plus, both tuna and salmon are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which support brain health and heart health and can even reduce inflammation. Something you'll appreciate if you're under stress during an emergency. Here's something else to chew on. Recent studies show that omega-3s may actually help reduce anxiety, which tends to spike during disasters or blackouts. Imagine that. A can of fish that could literally help you stay calm while the world flickers around you. And let's talk price. Right now at Walmart, you can still grab canned tuna for around 88 cents to $1.25, and canned salmon tends to range from $2 to $3, depending on the brand and quality. That means you can stock up without blowing your grocery budget. Bonus tip, the pouch versions are just as shelf-stable, take up even less space, and don't require a can opener. And if you're worried about mercury levels in tuna, here's what's trending. Skipjack tuna, often labeled as light tuna, has significantly lower mercury levels than albacore, making it a safer choice for more frequent meals. So, the next time you're walking past the canned goods aisle thinking it's just for cat food or casseroles, think again. Whether you're building a blackout kit, a bug-out bag, or just want to feel a little more in control when chaos strikes, tuna and salmon deserve a permanent spot on your shelf. Stick around, because up next, I'll share the one canned item almost nobody stocks, but could be your best bet when hot meals aren't an option. Number 2. Peanut butter. Let's talk about something that's probably already in your pantry. But if it's not, it absolutely should be. Peanut butter. I know. It sounds simple, even boring. But when you're prepping for emergencies or a blackout situation, peanut butter isn't just a snack. It's a lifesaver in a jar. First off, this stuff lasts. Commercial peanut butter, like the classic Jif or Skippy, can sit on your shelf unopened for up to 9 months. Some people even stretch it past the expiration date if it's been stored in a cool, dry place. Once it's opened, it still gives you a solid 2 to 3 months without refrigeration, making it perfect for blackout scenarios when your fridge is just a fancy cabinet. Natural or organic versions don't last quite as long since they skip the stabilizers, but even then, you're looking at decent storage life if kept sealed tight. Now, let's talk about why it's such a rock star. A couple of spoonfuls of peanut butter pack nearly 200 calories, with healthy fats and about 8 grams of protein. That means it's not just a comfort food. It's actual, legitimate energy when you need it most. During a blackout, when your energy is going towards staying warm, staying calm, and maybe even helping others, those calories really matter. It keeps you full, it's satisfying, and it doesn't require any cooking, heating, or fancy prep. You don't even need a plate, just a spoon. And the versatility? Unreal. Spread it on crackers, stir it into oats, add it to powdered milkshakes, or eat it straight from the jar with a spoon. I've even seen people turn it into protein balls using just dry oats and honey. Zero electricity needed. When you're eating out of your pantry, flavor fatigue is real, and peanut butter helps mix things up. Now, what's the best bang for your buck at Walmart? If you want a long shelf life and consistent quality, go for Jif Creamy or Skippy Natural. These are widely available, affordable, and have the perfect consistency for storage and scooping. If you're going more health conscious, Smucker's Natural is a great choice, though you'll want to keep it cooler if possible. For hardcore prepping, check out Great Value Powdered Peanut Butter. It's ultra lightweight, lasts even longer, and you just mix it with water. Perfect for bug-out bags or compact storage. Oh, and here's a fun little tip that flew under the radar last year. During peanut shortages in 2023, peanut butter prices spiked by over 15% in some areas. Stocking up now, before inflation bites again, is not just smart, it's strategic. Your future self will thank you when that $2.98 jar costs double next summer. So, yeah, peanut butter isn't just for school lunches. It's portable, shelf-stable, nutrient-dense, and comforting when the world feels uncertain. If you take away one food item from this list today, make it this one. Keep a jar or 5 on hand, and maybe hide one for yourself. Trust me, in an emergency, it'll be the first thing to disappear. Number 3, dried beans. When disaster strikes and the power goes out, dried beans become your best friend. These humble little powerhouses have an almost unbelievable shelf life of 2-3 years when stored properly. But researchers from Brigham Young University found they can actually remain edible for up to 30 years. That's peace of mind you can't put a price on. Here's what makes dried beans a no-brainer for your emergency stash. They're packed with protein, fiber, and essential nutrients. A recent study in the Journal of Nutrition showed beans provide more protein per dollar than almost any other food source at the grocery store. At Walmart, you can grab a 2-pound bag of Great Value pinto beans for under $2. That's roughly 20 servings of protein-rich food for pennies per meal. But don't I need electricity to cook beans? Great question. While traditional methods take hours of simmering, there's a game-changing trend among preppers, the overnight cold soak method. Just cover your beans with water before bed, and by morning, they'll be soft enough to eat after just 10-15 minutes of cooking over any heat source, even a candle in extreme situations. The latest emergency prep forums are buzzing about the thermos cooking technique too. Put your pre-soaked beans in a good thermos with boiling water, heat it on a camping stove or candle warmer, seal it, and let it sit for 4-6 hours. No continuous heat source needed. And let's talk variety. Walmart stocks everything from black beans to navy beans to lentils. Each brings different flavors and nutrients to the table. Lentils are especially valuable since they cook faster than any other bean, something you'll appreciate when you're cooking with limited resources. I keep at least 10 pounds of mixed beans in my emergency pantry at all times. They're not just survival food, they're actually delicious, versatile, and could keep you and your family nourished through extended power outages without breaking the bank. Number 4, rice. When it comes to prepping, rice might just be one of the most underrated heroes in your pantry. It's cheap, it's filling, and, if stored right, it'll outlast just about anything else in your kitchen. Seriously, white rice can last up to 30 years if you store it properly. I'm talking about an airtight container, toss in some oxygen absorbers, and keep it in a cool, dry spot. That's it. You're set for decades. Even brown rice, which is more nutrient-dense thanks to its natural oils, can last about 6 months to a year, longer if vacuum sealed and frozen. But here's the real kicker. You don't even need electricity to make it. Let's say the grid goes down, the power's out, and your kitchen looks more like a campsite. Rice still has your back. One super handy method is using a thermos. Just bring water to a boil with a gas stove, camping burner, or even a solar kettle. Pour it over rinsed rice in a thermos, seal it up, and wait. A few hours later, you've got warm, fully cooked rice. No flames, no hassle. Now, beyond just being easy to prep, rice is incredibly versatile. You can pair it with beans, canned meat, powdered eggs, or even shelf-stable veggies. It's a meal base that adapts to whatever you've got on hand. Feeling lazy? Sprinkle some seasoning and oil. Done. Want something hearty? Turn it into a one-pot stew or even a cold rice salad. Plus, rice is gluten-free and pretty gentle on the stomach, which matters when stress is high or you're feeding kids during a crisis. And let's not forget Walmart. It's one of the easiest places to stock up without breaking the bank. You can find 20 to 25-pound bags of great value long-grain rice, jasmine, or Goya canilla for super reasonable prices. That's not just a good deal, it's a whole lot of peace of mind in a single bag. Pro tip, watch for rollback deals and buy when prices dip. You'll thank yourself later. Oh, and one last thing. In a blackout, high-calorie, shelf-stable foods are key. Rice delivers on both. 1 cup of cooked rice has around 200 calories, and you can stretch a single 20-pound bag to feed a family for weeks. It's not flashy, but when things go south, flashy won't feed you. Rice will. Number 5. Canned vegetables. When the power goes out, fresh produce becomes a ticking clock. But there's a hero sitting quietly on Walmart shelves. Canned vegetables. Listen, I used to be a fresh veggie snob until last winter's 3-day blackout changed my mind. Those canned green beans and corn? Absolute lifesavers. According to a 2024 study in the Journal of Food Preservation, commercially canned vegetables retain up to 85% of their nutrients for at least 3 years past their best buy date. That's pretty impressive, right? Walmart's great value canned vegetables are particularly budget-friendly. Their recent expansion to over 30 varieties means you can stock a rainbow of nutrition. From classic corn and green beans to their newer additions like canned sweet potatoes and butternut squash, you've got options. The best part? Zero prep is needed. Just pop open the can and dig in. No electricity required. During a blackout, when you're dealing with enough stress already, having ready-to-eat vegetables is a massive relief. Pro tip from someone who learned the hard way: grab some canned vegetables with pull tabs. During my last power outage, I realized my electric can opener was useless, and my manual opener was somewhere. Those pull tab cans of carrots saved dinner. Recent research from Cornell University found that mixing different colored vegetables creates a more complete nutritional profile. So grab some green beans, corn, carrots, and beets for a blackout-proof vitamin supply. And here's something trending that most people don't know. Walmart recently started carrying reduced sodium options in almost all their canned vegetable varieties. This matters because during emergencies, water might be limited, and excess sodium can make you thirstier. A 24-pack of assorted canned vegetables costs around $17 at Walmart right now. That's less than 75 cents per meal-worthy serving of vegetables that'll still be good when your grandkids are in college. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but only slightly. Add these to your cart on your next Walmart run. Your future self will thank you when the lights go out. Number 6. Honey. Let me tell you something amazing about honey. Archaeologists have actually found 3,000-year-old honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that was still perfectly edible. That's right, honey basically never expires, making it the ultimate blackout food. When the power's out and you need quick energy, a spoonful of honey delivers instant natural sugars to your body. This matters because during emergencies, your stress levels spike and your body burns through energy faster. A recent 2023 study from the Journal of Food Science showed honey maintains its antimicrobial properties even after decades of storage. This means it's not just food, it's medicine too. Got a sore throat during a blackout? Honey helps. Small cut? Honey has natural antibacterial properties. Beyond eating it straight or as a sweetener, Honey becomes incredibly versatile during emergencies. Mix it with peanut butter for a no-cook energy paste. Stir it into room temperature water with a little salt for a natural electrolyte drink when you're dehydrated. At Walmart right now, you can grab their great value raw honey for around $5 for a 16 ounces bear. Even better, they've recently started carrying local honey options in many stores, which research shows may help with seasonal allergies. A nice bonus during extended power outages when you might be spending more time outdoors. Pro tip from someone who learned the hard way: store honey in a plastic container, not glass. If you drop a glass jar during a blackout, you've got a dangerous mess in the dark. The plastic bears are actually perfect for emergency situations. Number 7. Powdered milk. You know what's seriously underrated in emergency prep? Powdered milk. I used to ignore it completely until last winter when an ice storm knocked out our power for 3 days. That little box of powdered milk I had pushed to the back of my pantry? Total lifesaver. Here's why you need to grab some on your next Walmart run. First off, this stuff lasts forever. Well, not literally, but close enough. According to recent research from food storage experts at Michigan State University, properly sealed powdered milk can stay good for up to 10 years if kept in a cool, dry place. That's a decade of peace of mind sitting on your shelf. Nutritionally, it's practically identical to regular milk. 1 cup gives you about 8 grams of protein and 30% of your daily calcium. During a blackout, when you might be eating weird combinations of whatever's available, this nutrition boost matters. The latest trend in emergency prep forums is actually vacuum sealing individual portions. People are using those small oxygen absorber packets, also available at Walmart for under $5, to extend shelf life even further. Preparation couldn't be simpler. Just mix 1/3 cup powder with 1 cup water, shake it up, and you're done. No electricity is needed. Pro tip: use room temperature water and let it chill if you can. It tastes much better. But here's where powdered milk really shines. It's not just for drinking. Last month, I was reading a survival blog where this prepper made no-cook pudding during a blackout using powdered milk, instant pudding mix, and a little cold water. Their kids thought it was the best part of the power outage. You can also use it to make emergency pancakes, add protein to oatmeal, or create a creamy sauce for your canned pasta. Walmart's Great Value brand now comes in those resealable bags for around $3.97, which is about 30% cheaper than name brands with the same shelf life. Trust me on this one. Grab a bag or two next time you're at Walmart. When the lights go out, you'll be thanking me. Number 8. Pasta. When it comes to blackout-ready foods, pasta is seriously underrated. Did you know properly stored pasta can last up to 2 years past its printed date? That's right, those spaghetti packs in your pantry are basically tiny survival tools. Recent research from the Journal of Food Science shows that dried pasta maintains its nutritional profile even after extended storage periods. The key is keeping it in an airtight container away from moisture and heat. Now, here's where it gets interesting. During a blackout, you might think pasta is useless, without electricity to boil water. But here's a hack most people don't know about. Cold soaking pasta works in emergencies. Just place your pasta in room temperature water for about twice the normal cooking time, and it becomes perfectly edible. Not al dente restaurant quality, but definitely good enough when the power's out. If you have a camping stove or can safely use a grill, even better. Pasta needs just 7-10 minutes of cooking time, which means minimal fuel usage compared to many other dry foods. What makes pasta a blackout superstar is how filling it is. 1 cup of cooked pasta provides around 200 calories and 40 grams of carbs, exactly what your body needs for energy during stressful situations. The latest dietary guidelines still recognize carbohydrates as essential energy sources during high-stress periods. Now, let's talk Walmart options. Their Great Value pasta is currently trending as one of the best budget buys of 2025 with a pound of spaghetti for under $1. Stock up on a variety. Spaghetti, elbow macaroni, and penne give you different options. The thin pasta shapes cook faster, saving precious fuel during emergencies. For the most bang for your buck, check out their 5-pound bulk packages. Recent supply chain improvements have made these more consistently available than they were last year. Pro tip: grab a few packets of powdered pasta sauce too. They're lightweight, super affordable at just 89 cents per packet, and transform plain pasta into an actual meal. The new no-cook varieties just need to be mixed with a little water. Perfect for blackout situations. Trust me, when the lights go out and you're serving up a bowl of pasta with sauce by candlelight, you'll be glad you watched this video today. Now let's talk about number 9 on our list: canned soups. Trust me, these are absolute lifesavers during a blackout. Picture this: it's day 2 of a power outage. You're hungry, a bit stressed, and definitely not in the mood to figure out a complicated meal. This is where canned soup becomes your best friend. The beauty of canned soup is that it's completely ready to eat. Unlike many emergency foods, you don't even need to heat it up, though it's certainly nicer warm. According to a recent Consumer Reports study, room temperature soup still maintains 94% of its nutritional value compared to heated versions. Walmart's selection is pretty impressive these days. They've expanded their great value line to include more than 35 different soup varieties, up from just 22 last year. The trending favorites right now are their hearty stews and bone broth-based soups, which pack more protein than traditional options. What many people don't realize is that canned soup serves double duty during emergencies. It's both food and hydration. This is crucial since a Cornell University study found that during power outages, people often forget to drink enough water, with dehydration becoming a real risk after just 24 hours. Price-wise, you can't beat Walmart's options. Their great value chicken noodle soup was just $1.27 per can last time I checked, while their premium Progresso soups run about $1.98. Pro tip: Walmart often runs 10 for $10 deals on select Campbell's varieties. I always stock up when these sales hit. The average shelf life for most canned soups is 5 years. But here's something interesting. The USDA recently updated their guidelines, noting that properly stored canned goods can remain safe indefinitely as long as the can isn't damaged. The quality might decrease after those 5 years, but they're still perfectly safe to eat. One thing I've started doing is keeping a few cans of soup in unusual places, like in my nightstand and in the car emergency kit. This kind of distributed storage approach has become popular with emergency preparedness experts recently. Remember though, if you're forced to eat soup cold, go for the cream-based varieties. They're generally more palatable at room temperature than broth-based options. Just something to consider when you're stocking up. Number 10. Trail mix. Nuts. Let's talk about a survival food that doesn't get nearly enough credit: trail mix and nuts. Now, you might be thinking, really? Just snacks? But don't let their simplicity fool you. In an emergency, especially during a blackout, these little guys can be your nutritional lifeline. First off, they're insanely calorie dense. That's exactly what you want when you're dealing with power outages and stress. A small handful of mixed nuts can pack over 150 calories, loaded with healthy fats, protein, and fiber. All the stuff your body craves when meals are unpredictable. And unlike canned goods, you don't need a can opener or heat source. No water, no cooking, no fuss. You just pop a handful and keep going. Now here's something most people overlook: shelf life. If stored properly, think airtight containers or vacuum-sealed bags in a cool, dry place, nuts and trail mix can last up to a year or more without losing much of their flavor or nutritional value. That's a huge win for preppers and anyone who wants a reliable go-to stash in case of emergencies. And let's talk variety, because survival doesn't have to be bland. Walmart carries a massive range of bulk trail mixes and nuts under their Great Value brand. You can get classic blends with almonds, cashews, and peanuts, or go for the sweet and savory mixes with raisins, dried cranberries, M&Ms, sunflower seeds. The works. If you've got kids, trust me, having something familiar and snackable during a stressful blackout can be a game changer. What's more, Walmart often sells these in resealable family-size bags or even 10-pound bulk containers online. That's not just convenient, it's cost-effective. And with inflation driving food prices up, buying in bulk now means you're locking in lower prices for your future emergency needs. It's like investing in peace of mind and snacks. Here's a quick pro tip. Once you open the package, consider transferring the rest into mason jars or mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. It keeps everything fresh longer and helps you avoid one of prepping's biggest frustrations, rancid nuts. And finally, here's a reason trail mix really shines: morale. In a stressful situation like a blackout, a handful of crunchy, salty, slightly sweet trail mix can feel like a treat. That little bit of comfort can go a long way toward keeping spirits up, especially when you're living off shelf-stable food. So, if you haven't stocked trail mix and nuts yet, now's the time. They're compact, versatile, satisfying, and, best of all, they're ready whenever you need them. And when the power goes out, that kind of simplicity is golden. Number 11. Cereal granola. Let's talk about a prepping staple that doesn't get nearly enough credit: cereal and granola. Yep, the stuff most people walk right past in the grocery aisle. But when the power's out and your kitchen turns into a silent box of darkness, cereal and granola can become total lifesavers. Now, here's the thing most people don't realize. The shelf life on these is surprisingly good. A box of unopened cereal? You're looking at up to 12 months on the shelf. Easy. And granola? Even better. Store-bought granola, especially the kind in sealed packaging, can last 6 to 12 months. Sometimes longer if you keep it cool and dry. Opened it already? No problem. Just toss it in an airtight container, and you're still good for up to 3 more months. In fact, some preppers even freeze their granola, and guess what? It can last up to 6 months frozen without losing its crunch or flavor. That's a win in my book. But the real magic? You don't have to cook anything. There's no boiling water, no power needed, and no prep time. Just grab a handful, and you've got an instant energy boost. It's the kind of food that meets the moment. Zero fuss, high energy, and tastes good even when the world outside feels a little upside down. Let's also talk nutrition, because when you're stressed and riding out a storm or blackout, your body needs fuel, not empty calories, but the kind of fuel that keeps your brain sharp and your energy steady. Granola, especially the oat-based kind, is rich in complex carbs and often includes nuts, seeds, and dried fruits. That means fiber, protein, and essential fats that help stabilize your blood sugar and keep you full longer. It's like the survival food that doesn't feel like survival food. And for the budget conscious, which, let's be honest, is all of us these days, Walmart has some seriously solid options. Their great value French vanilla almond granola is under $3 for a bag, and you're getting flavor, crunch, and long-lasting calories. Nature Valley, Kind, Quaker. You'll find them all there, and often for less than Amazon or specialty stores. If you're really into stretching a dollar, look for bulk-size cereals or granola in resealable pouches. You're not just buying food, you're buying peace of mind. Here's a quick tip too. If you're storing cereal or granola long-term, grab a few mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. They'll keep everything crispy and bug-free without refrigeration. It's a low-cost upgrade that makes a big difference in shelf life. So the next time you're prepping for a potential blackout, don't sleep on cereal and granola. These aren't just for breakfast anymore. They're fast, versatile, and exactly what you want when you need to stay calm and fed. Keep a few boxes or bags in your pantry, and future you will be glad you did. When the lights go out, being prepared isn't just about flashlights and batteries. It's about having food that'll keep you going until things get back to normal. These 11 Walmart foods I've shared today aren't just affordable. They're practical choices that don't require you to become a doomsday prepper. You can grab them during your regular shopping trips and build your emergency supply over time. Remember, a recent survey found that 78% of Americans aren't prepared for even a 3-day emergency. By stocking up on these items, you're already ahead of the game. I keep thinking about that massive storm last year that left thousands without power for nearly a week. The stories that emerged weren't about who had the fanciest generators. They were about families who had planned ahead with simple food supplies. Take some time this weekend to check what you already have, make a list, and head to Walmart to fill in the gaps. Your future self will thank you when that unexpected blackout hits. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more practical tips that could make a real difference in emergency situations. Drop a comment below if there's another emergency prep topic you'd like me to cover next. Stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next one.